to Blue Jays Today, where today, guys, we're going to be going live on this Friday Wine on Wine as we watch and see if Carlos Rodon will make a decision tonight. Is he coming over to the Blue Jays? Well, he might, maybe. I mean, we've got some big updates here from John Heyman, and as well, we've got some updates about the New York Yankees, so we'll get to that all in this video for you guys. I am your host, Adam Peddle.
And I'm your host, Nicholas Playlog, and we are hoping for a little bit of better luck tonight, folks. Literally, last video title very similar to this one, Blue Jays Brandon Nimmo watch, and how did that turn out,
Watch us
guys?
be the bad luck charm.
How did that
We're the bad luck
turn
charm.
out, folks? There was a lot of rumblings yesterday that Brandon Nimmo was going to sign, and a lot of it was pointing towards the Toronto Blue Jays as the team that were going to sign him. That did not transpire. Instead, you know, one of the worst case scenarios, he goes back to the Mets on a deal that I think a lot of people would have been interested in doing if you were the Toronto Blue Jays. So we lost out on that one. That's in the rearview mirror.
We don't care anymore. I don't care. I don't care.
I'm off of it.
I don't care.
Here's the thing.
Benintendi, baby.
You can save it. You can save me. You can stop the pain. You can stop the bleeding, Ross and Mark. Listen up. I am talking to you right now, big guys. Sign me a Carlos Rodon. Get him on this ball club. Trade me a Bryan Reynolds. I don't care which avenue you go down, but either one of those scenarios, I'm good. I'm your host, Nicholas Playlog, guys. We got everybody in here, so shout out and thank you to all you guys for joining us. Toss your questions into the chat. Hit the like, smash the subscribe button. Let's first start off with some of the Carlos Rodon information that's come out in the past 24 hours. Adam, go for it.
All right, guys. Also, shout out Blue Jays recap. Cool guy. Once again, he's been following. These are the stuff that like we kind of miss because these are all videos and them just speaking, and we don't really watch it. We just look for the updates, look for the tweets. So shout out again to Blue Jays recap for this beautiful graphic. Great job. Saying Blue Jays, Dodgers, Mets, Twins, Orioles, Yankees, all showing interest in starting pitcher Carlos Rodon. So we got a lot of people into Carlos Rodon. Obviously, he's the last big piece on the board, so obviously a bunch of dudes are going to be out on him. And also, just to add on to this conversation, it looks like he's seeking a 7-year deal as well. So whoever wants him needs to give him 7 years.
Yeah, and they're going to need to pay up for him for sure, because Carlos Rodon is 29 years old right now. I don't know how close he is to turning 30. Pretty close.
Bro,
Pretty damn
close. He's literally 30 tomorrow?
Literally tomorrow he is going to be
Jesus.
turning 30. So he could get a really nice birthday gift
my God.
if he gets the type of money that he's looking for. And frankly, for a guy like Carlos Rodon, who's had an exceptional last 2 seasons, like top tier, Cy Young caliber last 2 seasons, if he wants a 7-year deal, you gotta think that number could be pushing $200 million.
Absolutely,
you have to think, because actually, let me
Absolutely.
just do the quick maths right now, because $200 million divided by 7, that would be about 28.5.
Yeah, basically, guys, to make it very simple, from a Blue Jays perspective, if you want Carlos Rodon, you got to pay him the most in franchise history.
Correct.
That's it.
Correct. Yeah.
This guy will now be the highest Blue Jay ever if you want him on the team. So, how confident, Nick? Also, quickly, shout out to Raul right here with the dono. Shut up, man. How confident are you in that work? We pulled you guys to see I wanted to see how confident you guys were.
Yeah.
How confident are you that we get Carlos Rodon?
Well, I mean, just from the Rahul donation right there saying, let me be honest, Blue Jays are not getting Rodon. At this point, like, I'm not confident in anything. I'm not confident in anything because of the way that this offseason has transpired. I don't know what Ross is doing. I don't know if he's on the links with his buddies, like drinking a few brews. Dude's got to sober up right now and get his act in gear. But I don't feel confident when you have some other squads in there like the Yankees, like the Mets, right? Teams that are willing and capable to throw millions on millions of dollars, like the Dodgers, you know, teams that are willing to throw millions of dollars around like they're literally chump change, right? Those are the big 3 right there: Dodgers, Mets, and Yankees. Now, the good thing for us might be that the Mets have already gone crazy, that the Yankees, and we'll get to this a bit later, but the Yankees might even have a bigger fish on their mind. The Dodgers are scary to me, though.
The Dodgers because they haven't made a move either. They need to make a move.
Yeah.
They need to make a move, and the Blue Jays also need to make a move. So I really think that that's our big competition. I mean, Orioles, maybe they do it. It's hard to see that they make that big of a move, but I wouldn't be super shocked to see the Orioles do something crazy. I think we got to pay though. I mean, look. If apparently we have a lot of money and we want to spend it, I feel like we're going to be willing to spend it a lot more on Rodon, because after Rodon, there's nobody on free agency that's going to get even close to the AAV as Carlos Rodon. So let's just shoot the shot, shall we? Do you think we should? If we spent $30 million per year for 7 years, would that make you feel a little uneasy, or you're like, screw it, we got our guy?
Of course it's going to make me feel uneasy, but I think it's all in the mentality, right? Like, we've been operating and playing with the assumption that there's a hard cap for the Toronto Blue Jays. Is that the case, or are we like the Steve Cohen Mets, where it's like money actually doesn't matter, you know? Like, I think a lot of people are looking at those Mets contracts and being like, well, 4 years from now, you guys are going to look really rough, but I actually just don't think that they care. You know, Same with the Yankees, same with the Dodgers, same with the Padres right now. Like, I don't think that they care that Bogarts is going to be bad in 5 years. Like, it just doesn't matter to them, right? Are we one of those teams where we can still be competitive with a $30 million weight attached to us if Rodon is bad in 5 years? You know, are we one of those squads? I have no idea.
We don't know. We've never been in that situation.
We've never been in that situation. Right? So I want to go there and find out because Rodon is so good and because we need starting pitching. So, I mean, I'm going to be like a little bit scared at that money, but at the same point, like, I'm going to be way more scared if we're trotting out Yusei Kikuchi in a, 7-game series.
We can't. I'm so tired, man. We will get a starting pitcher. I just want to say this, guys. If it's not Carlos Rodon, he will probably not be a Blue Jay. But I guarantee we're going to get somebody.
Right.
We're going to get somebody, because Ross, even though we all hate him right now, I still believe his word is true when he says we are going to get a starting pitcher.
Well,
he's saying it 100% like a fact.
That's the thing, dude.
Right?
I absolutely agree that we're going to get someone. We're not going to... Dude, I don't even think the roster is would be full if we walked in, Like, we will get somebody at some point, that's going to happen. I just feel that, it's becoming increasingly more likely that somebody is going to be in the Yusei Kikuchi tier of things rather than anybody better than that.
Why not? Why can't we get... You know what? I tweeted this at Morty NYN today. What about, Thor? Why can't we get, Noah Syndergaard?
I mean, I think that would be on the higher tier, and that's definitely more realistic. Like, I could absolutely see a reality where Noah Syndergaard gets a reunion, and honestly, it's like Noah Syndergaard and Michael Brantley. Like, I could see that being the offseason.
I see Stripling coming back way more likely than getting a Carlos Rodon or anybody. Like, honestly, Stripling might be a good reunion.
Absolutely. Yeah. Like, I will take Ross Stripling back. I'm not gonna necessarily love it. Like, I still think that, again, Ross Stripling had a great year last year. I don't want to take anything away from him, but he's going to be getting older as well. I think he's going to be 33 or 34 next year. And that great year was, that was an anomaly. That was absolutely, we've never literally seen that from him before. So it's definitely, it is concerning to say the least right now.
Yeah.
Ahmad Rana asking here, Morrissey anything. So we actually got a tweet from John Morrissey just a few minutes ago.
Did we?
Prior to this starting. It doesn't have to do with the Carlos Rodon information. It has to do with what you were bringing up about Bryan Reynolds.
Okay.
Yeah, right there.
All right, here. Okay.
Now, I haven't watched this video yet. Somebody sent it to us, and we do need to watch this one. But in this video, apparently John Morrissey actually goes into depth about a trade scenario under discussion. Now, that's what they talked about on their show. I don't know if we're actually discussing this trade scenario, but I think he goes into depth about it. And I think that the whole point from John Morrissey's standpoint up to this standpoint is if you can potentially...
it looks like Ball Cap has watched it, and it's they tricked us.
Yeah, clickbait is hell. But apparently,
who does clickbait?
Yeah, literally. If you could potentially get Bryan Reynolds without giving up Ricky Tiedemann, I think that's kind of the point. If you can find a way where it's Orelvis Martinez and a Gabriel Moreno,
I like that a lot.
Then that's more in the realm of, and honestly me too, because it's like I want Ricky Tiedemann.
Yeah, like guys, a little quick teaser for tomorrow. We're gonna have a video coming out about Ricky Tiedemann, about why we should not trade him. And after doing my research, I'm fully on the board. Like, we gotta protect that man at all costs.
Right.
He could be a sneaky Alek Manoah next year. I'm just saying, boys and girls.
Yeah.
Like he's just so good. But not to get off track. Yeah, let's do it. And if that's the price it's going to cost, then let's just send it, man. I need to win now.
I need to win now.
Like, Orelvis, excuse me, something's in my throat. Orelvis Martinez, he's still not fully ready yet for the big leagues. He's got great power, undeniable power. But the average isn't there. And I feel like that's going to take a long time for him to figure out to compete at a big league level. Years and years. When T.O. came up, his average was not there.
Yeah.
And it was just power. It took him years and years and years. I don't have years. I need to win now. Give me 3 years of solid Bryan Reynolds, and let's call it a day.
I agree, dude, because that's the thing. It's not 1 year. It's not 2 years. It's 3 years
3 years of Bryan Reynolds.
That's honestly in the area of like, wow, maybe I should get a jersey. It's like that's like literally we're gonna have you for most of this window, right? If we win a World Series, it's probably going to be with Bryan Reynolds if everything goes properly and according to plan. So I'm totally in the camp of just like paying up and getting our guy. And that's the thing. We also got it. We have to factor in, right? Like, what do you feel more comfortable with? Trading away all these assets for Bryan Reynolds, or paying a massive contract out the wazoo for Carlos Rodon, where it's like he could be bad in 3 years, right? It's like there's trade-offs.
Can we do both?
Well, yeah. if we could do both, that'd be amazing, right?
Oh, yeah.
But it's just like there's trade-offs to both, right? It's like if you have that $30 million a year on Carlos Rodon, maybe it looks incredible for the first 3 years, but then he starts to drop off, and then it becomes very difficult. If you trade for Bryan Reynolds, he'll be great for the 3 years. You probably can't extend him, and then you're without those prospects. So it's tough to decide what's better here.
Well, for me, I'm always going to go with pitching first. Even though, you're right. It could look really bad when he's 35, 36, but who knows? Maybe Carlos Rodon's one of those, like, late career bloomers.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, he's solid up until his 37 year.
Could be true.
You never know.
Could be true.
You never know.
Also massive shout out here to Darren Ferguson with the UK Mets. Dude hit us up literally earlier today on Twitter, posted us out there. Thank you, man. That actually made our day as well. So I'm happy that some Mets fans, anybody else is watching us.
Yeah, I'm glad you found it funny, because we were like, the Mets, screw you guys.
I was gonna say, all of that was said out of emotion. It's like, I respect your team, I respect your players. I am pissed off a little bit about your management. For taking away all the guys. Literally. But thank you so much, dude. We appreciate it. Literally, look out for a video maybe coming tomorrow or the next day. A bit of a skit coming. I think you might get a lot of enjoyment out of that as well.
Yeah. All right. So there's also some other news. Well, let's do a quick now that we're doing this little break.
Yep.
And I'm gonna pour myself some more red wine. Shout out to the 254 people that are in here, all the legends in here. If you are new here, this is Blue Jays Today, where every Friday we drink wine on our Wine Unwind playlist. So if you guys are having a drink, let us know. We like to enjoy and like relax after a long work week. And so guys, please make sure to like, comment down below, comment in the chat, and subscribe. You can only comment in the live chat if you are subscribed. So please hit that subscribe button. Your name might pop up here and we'll shout you out. And if it doesn't, comment it down below in capital letters. We'll shout you out.
Yeah,
real
we're
quick.
trying to get to 10,500 subscribers tonight. We're only like 10 away, I think, at this point or something like that. So you guys let us know. If you subscribe, your name will pop up. We'll give you a big shout out. And then once we get to 10.5, you guys let us know. Okay, that'll be a nice achievement for us.
That'll be super cool.
So let's take a look at some of this other breaking news that's going on. Obviously, we have all the stuff happening with Carlos Rodon.
Well, we can cap it off right here.
We can cap it off right here because one of our biggest rivals are obviously in on him. Yankees, I was really hoping, everybody, I was really hoping that you get the Aaron Judge thing done. You're happy. Everybody goes. They pop the champagne. Everyone gets drunk that night, and then you just chill.
You're done.
That's obviously not the Yankees' way.
Dude, they're in on Carlos Rodon. And we already talked about Carlos Rodon. Like, dang, like, this would just make the rotation, like, stupid good.
Yeah.
It's already good. It would be stupid good. There's not much to say there than, like, dang, now we got to compete. Look, honestly, it means that we have to now get, shout out to whoever just subscribed right there. That means we have to now get Carlos Rodon not only to help our team, but to stop the Yankees. Because if they get Carlos Rodon, like, Are we toasted? Is the AL East theirs? I think so.
I mean, I already think that you could make a strong argument for why the Yankees might have the best rotation in baseball. I think you could literally make that argument today, and I'd be like, you know what, you're a little bit hot there, but they're at the very least top 5.
Yeah.
If they get Carlos Rodon, hands down, give it to them. They are going to have the best starting rotation in all of baseball, no question.
I agree. Then there's one more thing right here. Where is it?
Oh, more fucking Yankees shit?
It's more Yankee shit. Hold on, guys. Let me get it. Let me find. I don't know where it went. I think I might have changed it, but it just pisses me. Another Carlos. There. Okay,
Bam,
we're back.
We're back.
That's
Sorry,
weird. That happened.
Shout out to Paul Normand right there.
Yeah, it happened last night too. I don't know why. There must be a hotkey somewhere that somehow inserted itself. But anyways, I've got the Carlos Correa news. Here it is, folks. Carlos Correa rumors. Yankees buzz gaining steam. Giants not in deep negotiations. So it's Yankees back at it again. They sign Aaron Judge, and that's not enough for them. They need to go out and pay another close to $300 million for Carlos Correa. If Trey Turner got $300, Bogarts got $280, it's pretty realistic that Carlos Correa could get a $250 to $300 range.
I'm pretty sure he's getting $300 for sure, man. Oh, he's 1000% getting over $300.
It's so dumb.
He's definitely getting over $300, dude. Because again, Bogarts is older than him. I think that you could argue that Correa and Bogarts are probably around the same caliber player, but Bogarts is older than Carlos Correa by I think like 2 years. So that additional
Trey Turner's older.
No. Trey Turner is younger.
He's younger?
Yes, I believe so.
I thought Trey Turner was 30.
Double check me on this, but I'm pretty confident that that Trey Turner is slightly younger than Correa.
29.
What is Correa? Maybe I'm wrong about this one.
Correa's 28.
28. Okay, so you're right. So actually, yeah. Who was I thinking? Oh, maybe I was thinking Dansby Swanson. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
But either way, shout out and thank you to whoever just subscribed. We don't have it up here right now, but your name and you are a stud. So Carlos Correa is definitely getting over $300 million. I think that Carlos Correa is going to push for if he gets a 10-year contract, you could get him on a 10-year contract. You have him till he's 38 years old. Definitely going to be probably more than $300 million, like 330 or something.
They have their big shortstop prospect. The name is leaving me right now, but they have that.
It's Volpe, I think.
Volpe?
Anthony Volpe. Correct me in the chat, guys.
It's like, okay, you bring him up. Maybe you do a little. Someone goes to second, then he plays shortstop. Volpe goes to second. I don't know, but just again, I always feel like, oh, it's not necessary. It's not necessary. Like these positions are full, but I keep forgetting that. Oh, we have unlimited amount of money. We don't give a shit about positions. We just pay for good players, and they're probably going to do it. I'm just mad right now.
Yeah.
I'm just mad. Like, this just makes no sense. So if they sign Carlos Correa, this might be good for the Blue Jays. You said it to me before, because that means that they're probably out on Rodon. And it's just us and the Dodgers now. And maybe, I know people are saying in the chat, Giants could be there. Totally. Yes. Giants could be there. And then also the Padres might be there. Possibly. But those would be our biggest competition. So this would help. Maybe?
Yeah.
As long as we get Carlos Rodon. That's the only way it would help. Because if we don't get Carlos Rodon and they get Correa, then we're just losers.
Shout out to Alana here for the donation. We will get to your question in a second, Alana. I think it's a good one. I just want to finish off this conversation here about Carlos Correa. I think, honestly, from a Yankees perspective, if you were to get Carlos Correa, and then people corrected me in the chat, it's Volpe, so you say it Volpe, I guess, so Volpe. If you were to get Carlos Correa, and then you have Volpe come up, he's obviously going to be really good. You could potentially move him, shout out to whoever just subscribed, thank you, you're a stud. You could potentially move him to be your second baseman, or you could potentially convert him to be your third baseman. Because, like, Josh Donaldson, that's obviously not, that's an experiment that's done now, you know? It's
well, he's still going to be there for a while.
I get it,
Or
but,
at least one more year? I think he's got one more year.
If you can potentially get him out of there, then obviously that's something that you want to do. And we've also heard time and time again that these Yankees, they've talked about maybe shipping off Gleyber Torres.
Yeah, he's done.
You know, if Volpe could be the second baseman, Shedden, and thank you whoever just subscribed, you are also a stud. If Volpe could be the second baseman and Correa could be the shortstop, that's obviously video game levels, but they prefer it.
Look, he's young enough where they can make it happen. Like, I feel like young players are like a wet clay, and they can mold them into whatever they want.
Yeah, exactly, right. And they also, like, because they're young, like, you just tell them what to do, and they'll be like, yeah, Major Leagues.
I'm good in the show.
Exactly.
I'll do whatever it takes.
Exactly, right. So, you know, Correa would obviously be the alpha there, and then this guy comes in, he could be the second baseman, and then the Yankees are having a really stacked infield because you got Rizzo there, you got this young prospect who could be elite, and you have Carlos Correa. And just like, honestly, the Yankees need to do this, because just like that, I think the Yankees are now... Like, you could see the Yankees be a top 3 team in baseball for like 3 more years.
Yeah, because you've already got the rotation, and then the whole thing with them in the last couple of years, like, oh, the lineup's just not quite there.
Yes,
it's just not quite there. They're missing a lot of depth. Correa at bringing in Volpe, like that's the depth. Bringing back Anthony Rizzo is huge.
You have Judge again.
You need DJ LeMahieu to bounce back.
Yes.
You need DJ LeMahieu to bounce back. Get rid of Andrew Hicks. He's got to go. You know, and get rid of all the problems, and then you're going to be golden. You're going to be golden.
I absolutely agree, guys. So just to cycle back there to Alana's question, I think that's a great one. Do we need a cap?
Oh my God.
Do we need a cap?
This came up, I think, last offseason, and this is the first time we're bringing it up. It's probably going to come up every offseason from now on. I don't think it ever will get a cap. It just won't.
Well, it's not going to, because the players will push back continuously.
They're never going to get a cap.
But
never.
In a perfect world, there needs to be some system here, some mechanic, some way to stop this from happening. We have it pretty good, guys, which is crazy because I've been hating my life recently. But we have it pretty good as a Toronto Blue Jays team. I'd say the Toronto Blue Jays probably tier 2 when it comes to spending, if tier 1 is Mets, Dodgers, Yankees,
we're
right?
tier 2.
We're tier 2, right? And so we have it pretty good. But I actually definitely feel for teams like the Oakland Athletics, like the Miami Marlins, like like all these other squads, right, that are smaller market teams.
The Tampa Bay Rays.
Exactly, that have to... Baker
Sorry,
Mayfield.
you guys are looking... Okay, all right, sorry. I'll quickly show it to you. Baker Mayfield's such a meme right now if y'all follow football.
Baker Mayfield's pretty good.
Hey, he did a good job last night.
He did.
Great winning drive.
Absolutely did. So, like, he kicked ass to say, good job, Baker. But I think that there needs to be some mechanic here involved to stop people from spending all of the money in the world, because it just isn't fair. Like, it's not fair, and I feel bad for other teams.
Okay, I agree. Now, let's switch the topic a little bit back to the Toronto Blue Jays. I just saw this tweet. I was rolling through Twitter. This isn't breaking news or anything, but I've seen this a ton today. The idea of that the Blue Jays should sign Michael Conforto this winter. A left-handed bat, did not play last offseason. We were somehow linked to him a little bit last offseason, never came around. And now this offseason, is that something? Look, it's even trending right here. I don't know how, but it's trending. Conforto is trending. Do you think it's a good idea to get someone, maybe on a 1-year prove-it deal, even though you'll be only around for 1 year? Or do you maybe add like an option? Like, what do you think? What do you think about the idea of getting Michael Conforto?
Okay, it's an interesting one to me. I think, though, I'll throw this back to you, and I'll throw this back to the chat. What would you guys prefer? And maybe we can pull up their numbers so we can go back to back on this. But what would you guys prefer? Would you prefer Michael Conforto, or would you prefer Michael Brantley? Which Michael would you rather have? Because I feel like they're kind of in around... Like, it's tough to say.
I might say Michael Conforto because of the upside.
So, yeah, Michael Conforto has obviously been
30.
elite. He had a down year in 2021, to say the least, and then he also got injured bad. So, you know, he was great up until that point. He was awesome. I think you could argue better than Michael Brantley. So that's Michael Conforto, and the upside's there, but you might also get a floor of, like, I've been injured and, you know, I'm rusty and whatever. Whereas, Michael Brantley, I think you know what you're going to get.
Consistent, man. Like, I mean, yeah, he's definitely getting older, so I feel like the numbers will stay around that. He'll probably be around the mid to high 700s.
Yes.
Don't even be shocked if he goes to the low 700s because he is getting older.
I agree.
But you know you're going to get a high average, a good on base, and just not a lot of power, right?
Yeah,
it's kind of like, it's almost like an Andrew Benintendi in a way.
It's old Andrew
Benintendi. A reliable Andrew Benintendi.
It's old Andrew Benintendi, where I do think so. Like, if I had to predict his slash line, I think that the OPS is going to finish around the 750 mark. I imagine the batting average will be around where it was last year.
Totally.
You know, it's like that's like, I think that's what you're going to get out of Michael Brantley for sure. And I'm okay with that. It's obviously a drop-off from Teoscar Hernandez.
For sure.
At this point, the only way to replicate that production is to get Bryan Reynolds. That's the only way to replicate that production.
And I think we have to come around to the fact that we're probably not going to get Bryan Reynolds. Like, we have to tell ourselves, we've been hyping up ourselves all offseason, be like, oh, we're going to get all these big players. Let's go back to reality a little bit, folks. And, like, Michael Brantley is a realistic option. Someone said he's tight with Springer. A lot of people saying Brantley.
Yeah, so it is pretty split, though. We do have a few Confortos
up there.
Yeah, most people are going down the Brantley route here, and that's understandable, because Conforto is definitely higher risk, higher reward.
Yeah, where Brantley's going to be pretty consistent. Plus, I mean, hey, he was teammates with Springer.
Yeah.
So that's obviously a little bit of a history there. And, you know, and personally, Nick knows this, I personally love Michael Brantley's game a lot. Like, if you're going to bring anybody in, and if the team wants consistency, like, this is the guy. Yeah. This is the guy you bring in.
You know what? Maybe I'm coming around to the Michael Brantley train on this one, because the way that I think about it is, if you have Michael Brantley, then it's kind of like you have two dart throws, because you got Michael Brantley, and then you also have Whit Merrifield.
Yeah.
Two older guys, and it's like, okay, well, can one of them be good for me?
Yeah.
Probably the answer is yes.
Yeah,
probably the answer is yes.
I agree. Someone saying Cueto would slap. Jays are really going to do nothing. Jays might not do anything tonight, folks, but hey, if they do, that would be remarkable.
Let's do ourselves a favor and check in on Twitter right now, see if there's anything developing in regards to Carlos Rodon, Bryan Reynolds, anything like that, guys. Also, if you guys saw the trade that John Morosi sent out there, let us know in the chat. We can evaluate it. Honestly, that might be a great trade scenario video that maybe one of us could post out like later this weekend or earlier next week or something like that. But let us know that trade in the chat, guys.
So, I mean, this isn't a verified account, but John Heyman saying, word is the Yankees could still fit Carlos Rodon into their payroll even with Judge returning.
That's insane.
Which, I mean, again, like, New York teams, that's what's going to happen, right?
Yeah, that is absolute insanity, guys.
Gate 14 podcast. What, isn't Carlos Rodon on a flight to Toronto right now?
For real.
Blue Jays?
For real. Guys, also, 352 people in here right now. If you haven't already, please hit that like button and smash the subscribe button, guys. We're trying to get to 10,500 subscribers by the end of the night. You guys let us know if we got there. It should pop up. And if your name, like if you subscribe and your name doesn't pop up, let us know in the chat. We'll give you a big shout out.
Nick saying, Mets fan, back to see you guys melt down again some tonight. I know that we have had a few Mets fans returning like, oh, is it going to happen again? I guarantee it will happen at some point, guys.
It's coming, guys. It's coming. Literally, it's like at the end of the day, there is like one opportunity left right now to save this off season.
Oh wait, no! If y'all saw our podcast,
there's
that's
a few,
one of we made 3 scenarios on how the Blue Jays off season were made. If you guys haven't seen it, check it out after this live stream. It's on our channel, posted a few hours ago. And the first one, spoiler, is signed Carlos Rodon. So, there are other ways to fix it.
Wow. Guys, honestly, some Mets information right now. Let's look up Kodai Senga on Twitter right now. I'm getting a few people saying that Kodai Senga is so many people trending at this point. But apparently the Mets are deep in conversations with Kodai Senga.
That was the last piece of news.
You're kidding me.
Yeah.
You're absolutely kidding me.
Dude, if they snipe another player from us, I will be very upset.
Okay, I gotta say this right now, because I know that there's absolutely some viewers of Wardy NYN in this chat
also
right now.
Also, for a shout out, we love Tyler.
Yeah, we love Tyler. We love Tyler. But Tyler, okay? This guy literally, it's like Adam comments on one of the posts that he made, like about signing Brandon Nimmo, and he's like, oh, like I'm so sad about it. And Wardy NYN has the literal audacity to say, now you know how we felt about Springer.
Look.
That is privilege.
Look. At the time, that was when they were getting, they just got Steve Cohen.
Right.
So that was like their first baby, and they missed it. But ever since, they've gotten everything they've wanted.
Everything they've
ever wanted, man.
Yeah. How did Lindor feel over there?
Max Scherzer, Justin Verlander.
Now
you know all your guys.
Now you know how we felt about Get out of here, guy. We're fucking like in literal like poverty land over here. We're trying to survive. We're trying to breathe, dude.
I'm drowning.
Literally, I feel like
I'm drowning,
right
Wardy. I'm drowning.
It's ridiculous.
Someone clip this and send it to him.
For real, literally, guys. But apparently they are now in on Kodai Senga as well, which would just be absolute insanity, guys. Kodai Senga is a guy. I guess, honestly, I'm forced to come around to him at this point. But he is a guy that I've been coming around to more and more just because he was so dominant over there in Japan. And his numbers, as far as pitching go, better than what you saw out of, like, Ohtani.
Ohtani.
You're right. It's just, like, clearly he has stuff that is capable. And like, if you can come over to the majors and basically just do exactly what you were doing, even if you add on a full 1 ERA point, like an entire earned run to his game, you know, you add on literally 1 entire earned run, he's still a great pitcher.
Yeah, he is, guys. Honestly, I want him. Yeah, the fact that when we compared him, when we did a video very early on, almost it felt like a month ago, we did a Kodai Senga video. We compared his numbers to Ohtani. Better.
Yeah.
So, for me, that says it all, and he's going to put 100% of his effort into being the best pitcher he can be, rather than where Ohtani's just doing both.
Yeah.
I'm in. Let's go. Honestly, what would we sign into? A $72 million deal? That's what I was seeing. A lot of people were saying 5 years, 72, 75 million.
Yeah, I'm down.
100%.
Absolutely.
I'm down.
Like, that average annual value.
15 mil.
And the thing is, that average annual value would not cripple you. That average annual value, even if he's bad, doesn't cripple you,
now,
which is fine.
A lot of people say, you know, Yusei Kikuchi. Well, Yusei Kikuchi came here, and if you look at Yusei Kikuchi's Japanese league numbers, they were good. Yeah. They were like mid-3 ERA, low 3 ERA. This guy's 182.
Yeah.
like it's ridiculous.
Like it's clear that he is so much better than everybody else there. You know, like so much better than everyone else that it's like, come over here, just be that.
Throw a mid-3 to high 2. That's what I see. That's where I see Kodai Senga, mid-3 to high 2.
Even if it's like you have so much wiggle room, dude, like give me like a 3.8.
Oh my God! If you can get a 3.8 in your first year, I'll take it.
I'm so happy with that.
I'll take it, and knowing that you could get better now that you figured out the league.
Exactly, exactly, right? Because there obviously will be an adjustment period, but totally, dude. 5 years, like $75 million, like sign me up, get me ready to go, like 8 times to Sunday or whatever the fuck that fucking, I don't even know, man. Like, but like literally, I'm absolutely game. And this is a guy who I think could come in, could be awesome. Yes, he could bust. But I mean, Yusei Kikuchi's a different animal. Like that guy needs to be sent to the sun and just forgot about. You know?
Sent to the fuck. Yeah. That's reminded me of Rick and Morty episode.
Yeah, just like literally
just portal in there.
Strap him onto a rocket ship and just like no return flight. You know, like boom, like you're gone.
Where's Yusei?
You know, like,
oh
this
my
guy's
God.
Like fucking like in space right now. That's what he feels like, dude. His brain looks like he's in space when he's on the mound.
You know what?
He's all over the place.
I hate him, but I also feel so bad for this guy. Because like when I watch him pitch and I look at his eyes, I look at his brain, it's like I'm petrified.
Right.
I'm petrified. I don't belong here. I'm doubting myself.
Right.
And he came up so many times during the year where he even said to his teammates, I should go down to the minor leagues because I don't belong here. And the Blue Jays, because we're such a nice group of guys, were like, no, you say no. You are a valued member of this team. It's like, shut up, Alec. I know you're a great guy, but you need to shut up for a moment. Let him make his own decision and go to the minors.
Well, you know what? I feel bad, but also to an extent, because my guy gets paid $36 million, you know? This was his choice. He wanted to be a baseball player. You're going to be rich for the rest of your life after this, dude. I think you can stomach a few years of awkwardness where you throw up. Just like,
where 40,000 fans are like, oh my God! You walked him again!
Yeah. You know, like after this, dude, you can go buy an incredible home in Japan and live the rest of your life in luxury.
To your family and love life.
Literally,
I love it.
Literally, guys. Let's take a look at some more MLB trade rumors. I actually have a beer in the freezer right now. I gotta go pick that up, guys. So give me a second.
All right, I'm gonna switch it back here so you folks can see it. Do a little refresher, guys. Also, while I'm looking for some news, another little self-plug here, guys. If you haven't already, please drop a like on this stream. We've got 361 of you in here on a beautiful Friday night, wherever you're watching from. Shout out to you. Let us know where you're watching in from. And guys, we appreciate every one of your likes and subscriptions And yeah, let us know in the chat if you're a new member here. We'd love to shout you out.
Also, can we smash the air horn? Because I'm pretty sure people were messing.
Oh yeah, we did get to 10.5.
I'm pretty sure people were saying that.
Let's go!
Freaking go, everybody!
Let's go, baby!
Cheers to that, guys.
Cheers!
There you go. You're on this journey with us, folks. Let's see
go. We got Northern NY watching from Arizona, and I'm a Giants fan. Bro, I'm a Cardinals fan. It sucks. Like, Arizona Cardinals.
Football, Cardinals. For sure, yeah, it's not the best right now. But as far as the Giants are actually an interesting team, and they're a team that I wanted to talk about, guys. Because the Giants, this has been, I feel like, as far as a Blue Jays standpoint, the biggest L's taken so far this offseason have been from the Blue Jays and the Giants. That's my opinion. Like, literally, like, you're in the same boat as us, dude. Like, we are the same right now. We walked into this offseason. We had expectations. We had a mission. Rumors were coming out. Things were being said by our general managers, and no results have been shown. And for you guys to lose out on Judge, on Nimmo, on Bogarts, right? Like, this is obviously not good stuff, and you might lose out on Rodon as well. At this point, if I'm a Giants fan, I think you need to go balls to the wall to get Carlos Correa on your freaking ball team. And if there's any possible way that you can re-sign Carlos Rodon, you need to do that as well.
Yeah, you got to do something, man. I mean, like, I feel like their comeback into the win column, or at least into the competitive column,
right,
was relying a bit on Judge and maybe some pitching. And honestly, a lot of pieces, and it feels like they're not getting those, like, competitive pieces. Like, they get back Rodon, that's a great first step.
Yeah.
But where are they from last year? They're basically exactly where they were.
Yeah.
You know, and minus a couple guys. So I feel like Brandon Belt, like, either.
Well, okay. I mean, at this point though, like, we're playing to stay even, dude. Like
all against the Giants.
Well, the Giants and the Blue Jays, right? Like, at this.
But
point,
at least we were in the playoffs last year.
Barely.
Like, no, we were in the playoffs.
Yes,
we had home field advantage.
I know. Okay, yes, we were in the playoffs, and yes, the Giants need to get better. But I honestly, dude, at this point in the offseason, with most people that are elite gone, you gotta play for at least even at this point.
Yeah, which
both
I think
the Giants and us are getting worse.
I think our floor is even, because look, we're gonna get back a starting pitcher. Like, I would bet almost my whole bank account on the fact that we're getting a starting pitcher. Like, we're gonna be getting a new starting pitcher from somewhere, free agency or trade, onto this team. Shout out to Ryan Lamb with the subscription. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, you are trading T.O. for the bullpen piece and a prospect, so it's, like, kind of weird, but that, to me, feels still kind of even, you know?
Okay.
But, yeah, so should we move on to the Q&A section and then clip this?
Yeah, let's do that, guys. So, everybody who is doing this, rewatching this, shout out and thank you to you guys for tuning in. A bit of a longer one here, went on a few tangents, but that's what we do here, man. So make sure to hit that like, smash the subscribe button for more MLB content. We're gonna have some great videos coming out this weekend, guys. Like, I know Adam's got an awesome video room coming out tomorrow morning. I got some dumbass ideas that I'm gonna run with. Funny. I think they're gonna be great, so I think that you guys are gonna enjoy it. We are not done streaming, guys.
We're still streaming.
Literally, so stick with us if you're watching us live. This is just for those rewatchers. Thank you so much for watching.
Go, Jays, go!